Good evening, dear viewers, and welcome to another spine-tingling episode of The Darkened Crypt. I'm your host, Mr. Cornwell. Thank you for liking, sharing, and subscribing to our channel. And tonight, we're delving into one of the most perplexing and controversial topics of our time, unidentified flying objects, or as they're more commonly known, UFOs. Tonight, we'll explore the fascinating history of UFO sightings, delve into some of the most compelling cases, and examine the potential consequences of contact with extraterrestrial life. So, dim the lights, settle in, and prepare yourselves for a journey into the unknown. Over the last several years, the US military has observed an increase in what it calls unexplained aerial phenomena. The rest of the world knows them by their more common name, unidentified flying objects. The time to declare UFOs as an undeniable reality is now. The question we must confront is, who is piloting these astonishing vessels that can easily outperform our most technologically advanced aircraft? Alarmed researchers and scientists have drawn two conclusions about our otherworldly visitors. The first is rather benign, that among the many races of ET beings who have observed us, their agenda is to monitor our progress and assist in our technological evolution. It has been speculated that they will soon, perhaps in our lifetimes, make themselves known to the human race. Then they will aid in our unification, in our treatments and cures for advanced diseases, and in our path to interstellar travel. Within the next 200 years, humans could be venturing out into the cosmos. Imagine it, dear viewers, a future where humanity has overcome its petty squabbles, where disease is a thing of the past, and where we sail the cosmic seas in search of new worlds and new civilizations. But there is a second, more insidious conclusion. Some researchers believe that the more malevolent races desire to seize our planet for their own resources. In the process, they would enslave and annihilate the human race, considering us an unnecessary intrusion and infestation of Earth. Within only a matter of days, an alien army with weapons technology millions of years more advanced than ours could easily overtake and exterminate nearly 8 billion lives. In either case, mankind must brace itself for the inevitable conclusion that in the very near future, the fate of humanity will be changed forever. Consider this. 10,000 UFO sightings are reported annually in the US alone, and the numbers are growing. Since 2010, Californians have reported the most UFO sightings by sheer number, nearly 6,000 cases catalogued. While many of these sightings can be explained as natural in origin, a large percentage of these encounters fall into the category of extraterrestrial in origin. It has been speculated that the increased visibility of these interstellar crafts is a means by which the ET travelers are preparing mankind for imminent contact. To examine the validity of the UFO phenomenon, one must go back to the most famous case that propelled the notion of alien visitation into the human consciousness. The incident remains the most conclusive in regards to physical evidence and witness accounts. I speak, of course, of the 1947 Roswell case. On a stormy night in July 1947, a saucer-shaped craft crashed on a New Mexico ranch owned by Mac Brazel, who discovered the craft's debris. The military was fast to arrive at the scene, and under the direction of Base Intelligence Officer Major Jesse Marcel, all of the debris and bodies of 3 alien pilots were swiftly confiscated. On July 8, 1947, Public Information Officer Lieutenant Walter Haut issued a press release under orders from Base Commander Colonel William Blanchard, stating, "We have in our possession a flying saucer. Welcome back, dear viewers. As we delve deeper into the UFO phenomenon, we must consider that these sightings are not isolated to any one country or region. In fact, some of the most compelling cases come from outside the United States. Take, for instance, the Rendlesham Forest incident of 1980, often referred to as Britain's Roswell. Over the course of 3 nights in late December, multiple US Air Force personnel stationed at RAF Woodbridge in Suffolk, England, reported seeing strange lights in the nearby forest. Lieutenant Colonel Charles Holt, the deputy base commander, led a team into the forest to investigate. What they encountered defies conventional explanation. Holt described seeing a triangular craft that moved through the trees, seemingly intelligently controlled. The object fired beams of light into the ground and appeared to drip molten metal. Charles Holt: I saw a bright glowing object. It had a pulsing red light on top and a bank of blue lights underneath. It was hovering or on legs. As we approached, it maneuvered through the trees and disappeared. In recent years, the US Navy has released stunning footage of unidentified flying objects captured by their pilots. These encounters have been deemed so significant that the Pentagon formed the Advanced Aviation Threat Identification Program, or AATIP, to investigate. Mr. Cornwell. One of the most famous incidents occurred in 2004, when pilots from the USS Nimitz encountered an object that has come to be known as the Tic Tac, due to its shape. This object demonstrated capabilities far beyond any known aircraft, including hypersonic speeds and instantaneous acceleration. Navy pilot: I can tell you, I think it was not from this world. I'm not crazy, haven't been drinking. It was, after 18 years of flying, I've seen pretty much about everything that I can see in that realm. And this was nothing close. The US government's stance on UFOs has undergone a significant shift in recent years. In 2017, the New York Times revealed the existence of AATIP, and since then, the Pentagon has officially released UFO videos and acknowledged that these phenomena are real and unexplained. But this begs the question: if these objects are real and they demonstrate capabilities far beyond our own technology, who or what is behind them? Are we dealing with extraterrestrial visitors? Or is there a more terrestrial explanation? Welcome back to the Darkened Crypt, dear viewers. We've explored some of the most compelling UFO cases in history, from Roswell to the recent Navy encounters. Now let's turn our attention to the theories that attempt to explain these phenomena. Some researchers believe that what we're seeing are not extraterrestrial craft at all, but rather highly advanced human technology. They argue that secret government programs have made breakthroughs in propulsion and energy generation that are decades ahead of what's known to the public. Scientists: it's entirely possible that what we're seeing are prototypes of next-generation aircraft. The sudden accelerations and hypersonic speeds could be explained by exotic propulsion systems that manipulate gravity or space-time itself. While this theory is certainly intriguing, it fails to explain the long history of UFO sightings, dating back to well before the advent of advanced aerospace technology. It also doesn't account for the apparent interest these objects seem to have in nuclear facilities and military installations. Another theory, and perhaps the most popular among UFO researchers, is that we are indeed being visited by extraterrestrial beings. This theory posits that multiple alien races have been observing Earth for centuries, if not millennia. According to some researchers, there are several distinct types of aliens visiting Earth. The most commonly reported are the greys, small, humanoid beings with large heads and eyes. Others describe taller, more human-like beings and even reptilian creatures. Welcome back, dear viewers. As we approach the end of our journey through the darkened corridors of UFO research, we must now turn our attention to perhaps the most crucial question of all. What happens if and when contact is made? In 2011, a NASA official and his colleagues penned a compelling report regarding the inevitable contact with an alien species and the consequences that would follow. The report outlines two scenarios: engagement with a benevolent species and, on the darker side, a hostile species. Let's first consider the optimistic scenario. Imagine, if you will, a future where contact with extraterrestrials benefits humanity in ways we can scarcely comprehend. In this scenario, the aliens would engage in informative communication between our civilizations. Assuming the extraterrestrials exhibit an interest in humanity, despite their advancement, they may choose to maintain communication at length to discuss mathematics, physics, chemistry, and to learn more about Earth life. These benevolent visitors could potentially solve many of humanity's problems, such as world hunger, poverty, or disease. But perhaps the most intriguing prospect is the possibility of advancing our space exploration capabilities. Imagine, dear viewers, if these alien beings shared their interstellar travel methods and technologies with us. Within 200 years, we might pilot our own massive starships, traveling through the cosmos, searching for new life and acquiring a better understanding of how the universe works. However, we must also consider the second, more unsettling scenario. What if the extraterrestrials we encounter are not benevolent but malevolent in nature? If these beings are much more advanced than human civilization, contact could very likely be destructive and lethal to humanity. Upon observing our cultures and history of destructive expansion on Earth, we could be a cause for concern regarding our dangerous trajectory. In light of what some researchers call the sustainability solution to the Fermi paradox, perhaps these advanced beings would determine that our rapid expansion is threatening on a galactic scale. Rapidly expansive civilizations have a tendency to destroy other civilizations in the process, just as humanity has already destroyed many species on Earth. Extraterrestrials that place intrinsic value on civilizations may ideally wish that our civilization change its ways so we can survive along with all other civilizations. But if they doubt that our course can be changed, they may seek to preemptively destroy our civilization in order to protect other civilizations from us. A preemptive strike would be particularly likely in the early phases of our expansion because a civilization may become increasingly difficult to destroy as it continues to expand. The decision to annihilate us may be the most logical and practical course of action from their perspective. The widespread genocide of the human race would be swift and precise, given their advanced weapons technology. We simply would be no match for their arsenal. An even more sinister theory presents a more violent breed of extraterrestrials who desire our planet's resources for their own needs. Following a global cleansing of the majority of the human population, the remaining survivors would be relegated to slave labor and, even worse, food for the alien beings. The inevitable human resistance would form, but in the end the fight for survival would be futile. In either scenario, the extraterrestrials would control our fate. They would determine whether we prosper or are disposed of. Whatever path comes our way, we must be prepared for a cataclysmic shift in human history. But let us not end on such a dire note, dear viewers, for even in the face of potential cosmic threats, humanity has shown remarkable resilience and ingenuity throughout its history. We've overcome plagues, survived world wars, and pushed the boundaries of science and exploration. Perhaps the very qualities that make us potentially dangerous on a galactic scale, our curiosity, our drive to expand and explore, are also the qualities that will ensure our survival and prosperity among the stars. As we conclude our journey through the mysteries of UFOs and potential extraterrestrial contact, I urge you, dear viewers, to keep your minds open and your eyes on the skies. For in the vast expanse of the cosmos, anything is possible. Who knows? Perhaps even now as we speak, our cosmic neighbors are watching, waiting for the right moment to reveal themselves. Will we be ready when that moment comes? Only time will tell. This has been The Darkened Crypt. I'm your host, Mr. Cornwell, reminding you that in the search for truth, we must always be willing to explore the unknown, no matter how frightening it may seem. Good night, and may your dreams be filled with the wonders of the universe.